Welcome to paradise. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday, August 7th. This week we're going back to the Columbia River, but the last time it was Lake Wallula, which was down near Oregon. This time it's called Lake Roosevelt, and it's up actually near Canada. It runs from the Canadian border down to the Grand Coulee Dam, which is about 150 miles of river. I'm picking about a 5-mile area of that 150 miles, and hopefully we get lucky. I'll show you on the map. Before I do that, I mentioned in another video how the most terrifying experience I've had was out here on Lake Pondere. I got stuck out there in really bad weather, big waves, and in that story I mentioned there was only one other more terrifying experience, and it involved a little boy. And then I never told the story. Somebody went in the comment section and asked if I would tell the story, so I'm going to tell it now. It's about a 10-minute story. If you don't want to hear it, fast forward to the fishing. So it was springtime. The spawn was on. I go into the Pondere River mostly during the spawn because that's where the largemouth are, and I like to catch them. And there's this one spot. It's there's a culvert that goes under a road into a slough, and there's a window of like 1 to 2 weeks where you can get your boat in there. You know, before they start filling the river, there's not enough water to get in. And then once they fill the river, it gets up to a certain level, you can't get the boat in there. So it's like a 1 to 2 week window. So I go in there at that time, and I launched my boat, and these 2 little boys were fishing on the dock, and their grandparents were with them. So I'm taking the boat off, and this little boy's probably 7 or 8 years old. He says to me, "You going fishing, mister?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." I said, "It looks like you're fishing. You catching any?" And with this sad voice, he goes, "No." I said, "Well, don't give up. You'll get them." So I tied the boat. I went and parked my truck. As I'm coming back, they're leaving. And the older boy says to me, "Good luck out there." I said, "Thank you." So now I'm thinking, you know, I don't know these 2 boys. I don't know if they've never caught a bass, or maybe their dad's a pro and, you know, they go with him and catch bass all the time. But I'm just feeling sorry for these kids. And in my mind, I'm going to go around the corner and I'm going to catch 10. Let's say 10 bass between 2 to 3 pounds with an occasional, you know, pushing 4. I never caught one, I don't think, bigger than 4 in there. But, you know, I'm going to get 10 to 15 bites. So I said, "Excuse me," you know, they were loading up the car. I said, "You know, I'm going around the corner. I'm going under the road there, and I'm going to fish back in that water." I said, "Maybe I could take the boys with me for like an hour, and just, you know, that they'll probably catch some good fish." And they were thinking about it. They didn't say yes or no. And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what." I said, "It's going to take me 5 minutes. When I come under the road, you can park right there next to the water." I said, "If you're there, we'll do it. If not, you know, fine." So I come through the culvert, and they're parked. So I go over, and the grandmother says, "These 2 are going to go with you." So it was the grandfather and the older boy. They stayed on the shore to fish. Now it's dead calm. The sun's out, and right there, you don't even have to get on the outboard, is a bunch of laydowns. And generally, you know, I pitch the Senko into the laydowns, and I catch them. I mean, I don't catch them on every laydown, but in that general area, I'm going to get 2 or 3. And then I got other spots further up the slough. So I'm thinking I'm just going to stay right here, have him catch a couple, and that'll be it. So I had him stand next to me on the front deck. I pitched the Senko into the laydown. Now it's dead calm, so my line is laying on the surface. I hand him the rod, and I say, when I say go, start to reel fast as you can. When you feel the fish, pull. So I'm watching the line, because when a bass inhales a Senko, if it's calm, the line jumps and you get ripples come off the line. That's how you know you got a bite. You don't have to feel them with the rod. First lay down, nothing. Second lay down, nothing. Nothing. I didn't get a bite in that whole area. Now, it was probably 15 minutes, but it was like, I'm getting anxious because I'm doing this for this kid. So I said, can we drive further up the slough? There's an area that I have up there that's got a lot of fish in it. They said, yeah. Well, now the wind starts, so it's not flat calm anymore. By the time I get up there, the wind's blowing. So watching the line on the water, that's out. Pitching now is getting more difficult, so I have to cast. So the kid's standing here, and I'm casting. And now I'm telling him, you know, I'll wait till I get the bite, feel the fish, and then I'll let you reel him in. I still can't get a bite. So I completely started focusing on fishing instead of the kid. So I'm casting, right? Waiting for a bite. No bite. Reel in. Casting. Well, he moved from next to me. He went down off the deck onto the floor of the boat, and he stood by the steering wheel behind me. And of course, I fire a cast. I get this huge backlash. I turn around, and the hook is in his neck. Now, there was no blood coming, but I'm looking, and his grandfather gets up, and he goes, "You got him in the neck." And he's got a little anxiety, which I did too. First thing I do, I grab my wire cutters. I cut the hook like I would when I gut hook a fish. Got rid of the Senko, the line, the hook. And now I'm looking, and the first thing I noticed, thank God, was it was actually it was an entry and an exit wound. It came in to his neck, it traveled along the skin, and the point came out. So I had it coming in, going about as far as a hook, you know, from the point to the bend, and then the point of the hook coming out. And he's not crying, but he's whimpering. And his grandfather gets mad, and he's saying, "You get us back to that shore right now." And I'm a little freaked out looking at this, because I know what's under there. You know, you have your jugular veins run right here. So I'm rushing like, okay, I got to get them back. But my brain is processing stuff. So I put the rod down, I'm pulling the trolling motor up, and in that brief time, what I'm thinking is this kid is going to have that hook in his neck for the next hour. Because by the time I get him back, and they drive to the hospital, they got to wait for somebody, it's going to be an hour. Then, that doctor, the only way he's going to get that out, he's going to cut his skin open and pull it out. Now he's got to stitch him. Now he's going to have a scar on his neck. And the image of that point of the hook coming out was in my head. And if you ever watched one of my other videos where I think I showed, when I gut hook a bass, if the hook point comes back out, I cut the hook, grab the point with the needle nose, and just reverse the hook out, and it doesn't do any additional damage. But here's the thing, you can't just pull it. You have to twist it, because the hook is bent. So if you just pull it, you're going to pull it till the bend, you know, stops it. So as I'm heading back to the seat, I grabbed my needle nose. I said, "Come here, let me try something real quick." And his grandfather, "What are you doing?" He's still, he's upset. I said, "Listen to me." I said, "I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, I want you to take a deep breath." So I think probably at the count of 1, I grabbed that point, and there was not a lot of point to grab. And I don't know how I did this, to be honest with you, but I grabbed the point. I said 1, 2. When I said 2, I pulled, because I wanted the element of surprise. I didn't want him to be ready for it. And I also didn't want him to move. So when I told him take a deep breath, I really didn't want him to take a deep breath. And I mean, it was like a magic trick. That hook came out just like that. I didn't pull slow. I pulled like you'd rip a Band-Aid off. And I must have twisted my wrist and pulled perfectly, you know, for the bend part to come through. And his grandfather, he looks, because we're both now waiting for the blood to start coming out. Nothing's happening. There's just a little red, like, residue of blood. He wipes it with his hand and he's looking. And now you can't even tell that this kid had a hook in his neck. You can't see a hole. There's no blood. So okay, I'll put it to you this way. That day I was out on Lake Pend Oreille and I thought I was going to die. When I came around the point and got to where the waves were pushing me into the marina, I had a sense of relief, like, oh my God, thank God. That feeling of relief was this much of the feeling of relief I had when I'm looking at that kid's neck and nothing's happening. Because the things that could have happened, the way that could have gone, could have been bad. So I'm heading back, and he says to me, you know, my wife is going to be pissed at you. She's going to want your name, your address, your phone number. I said, yeah, I understand. And I'm being calm, but inside I'm dancing, and I don't dance. I'm so happy. And I said to the kid, are you all right? And he said, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, I am so sorry. You know what he said to me? That's okay, accidents happen. I couldn't believe this kid. I mean, I wish I could have met their parents. They must be great parents. These were two great kids. And I felt so bad about that whole thing. Anyway, we get back, and the grandma's sitting there, and she goes, you back already? And the old man immediately, he got a hook stuck in his neck. and he's getting off the boat, and the grandma's looking. She says, let me see. So the kid gets off. The grandpa goes up to the car. The kid goes to the grandma, and he shows her his neck. Well, there's nothing there. There's nothing to see. And she goes, oh, these boys do worse things than that to each other all the time. And I said to her in a very soft voice so he couldn't hear, I said, he's really mad at me. And she looks over and she goes, like that. And then she says to me, that was so nice of you to do that. Thank you so much. And that kind of made me feel bad, because think about it. He didn't catch a fish. I stuck a hook in his neck. Now for him, the trauma probably wasn't as bad as it was for me and his grandfather, because we saw. He didn't see what we saw. But after that, I didn't go fishing for at least a week. Just the thought of going fishing, I had this knot in my stomach, and what made it worse was I started reliving it and thinking of all the things that could have happened. Like he could have been turned sideways, could have got him in the eye. He could have been further this way, so instead of it running along the side of his neck, it went right into the back of his neck and stuck him. I had nightmares. It took me a while. And my philosophy in life is I always move forward. I try not to look back. And so I'm looking back right now, but this is the last time I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to move forward. If you want to post a comment about it on the page, that's fine. But I probably won't respond to it because I'm keeping it in the past. Anyway, that's my other traumatic on the water story. Now let me show you the map of Roosevelt. Okay, so this is the section of Roosevelt that I'm going to fish. I'm going to launch here, and let's see, I'm going to run over here. There's a road that goes over, and then this is another river. It's called Kettle River. It's a narrow river that flows in, and you can see there's going to be a bridge right there. So I'm going to go there first, and I'm going to fish all this as far as I can go up there. I'm also going to fish over here where the river it narrows. It's narrow and then it widens in here. Then it kind of narrows again. I'm going to fish that. There's a lot more water here than you think, because from here to here, that's 5 miles. There's so many miles of river that this map had to condense the mile markers. So that's a 5-mile stretch. So from this bridge to this bridge is probably 5 miles. And I'm going to fish this bridge. This one, this river, this over here. And then any other, there's a little island called Marcus Island. I'll fish around the island. I think I can get 2 days out of this. If I'm just completely striking out on day one, then what I'll do is I'll go south of this bridge and fish in here. This is called the I think it's the Colville River. Flows in here. This is my backup, but I'm planning on 2 days in here. So the next time you see me, I will be sitting outside of this bridge right here, getting ready to fish in there. Well, it's Tuesday morning, August 9th. That's the bridge that leads into the Kettle River. So I'm going to work around the outside of the bridge, and I'm going to move into the Kettle River, and I'm going to see how far I can go. It's pretty deep. It's 60 feet here, but they got buoy marks over here where it's like a shallow, I don't know what you'd call it, a shoal. And they've got over here, they've got it roped off with logs, like chained together. But there's nothing to keep me from going in there and fishing over in that cove, and I may try it real quick, but we're going in there first. Go for it. Start recording. This is my first one. First one. Oh, that's a good one. Got him on the top water, so I hope he stays on. Stay on, buddy. Stay on. Come here. Stay on. I don't want him to jump. Do I flip him? Oh, he jumped. Yeah, I should have had the net out. Well, here we go. Here we go. Come here. This is gonna be. Don't get a hook in me, pal. Don't get a hook in me. Oh, jeez. Man. Look at that. Snagged him. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. I snagged more fish. Oh, more fish. Oh, my camera's about to expire. There's my first one. That sound means the camera on the back is about to turn off. So, let's see what we got here. £2, 5 ounces, 2.5. There you go. Okay, I've been here almost an hour. So first one took almost an hour. But you know what? I'm just looking for a limit. If I catch one an hour, I'll probably be out here for at least 8 hours. That's 8 keepers. I'd be perfectly happy with that. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, this is the very, well, not the very back, but this is the Kettle River. If you look, when I showed you the map, I I passed the second bridge. I passed a launch ramp, which is right around here. And then this is the end of the Kettle River where it gets real skinny and just kind of winds up. I'm not going to go any further, I don't think, than this. I haven't had, well, I've had 2 bites. I had the one fish that I caught, and I had another one hit my topwater, but I lost them. Never really had a hook in him. It was a keeper, but he wasn't big. So now I'm going to run back through this first bridge here. And I kind of fished and drove my way here. I skipped areas I just didn't think were very good, and I stopped and fished. Now I'm going to go through the bridge and fish the other side of the river back. I'm going to fish and drive back. There's a wide area right close to where I come in under that bridge out of the river, out of the Columbia River. Kind of a wider area of this river. I'm going to swing through there and fish that and work my way back out, and I'll stop where I caught the one on the top water. I didn't really stop and fish it. I marked it, and I'll slow down in that area, see if I can get any more, and then I'll update you. If I haven't got anything on my way out of here, I'll give you an update. Well, I got another fish, but nope. That's okay. I had a good one hit and I missed him. Come here, buddy. I'll show this if I don't catch a lot of fish today. Okay, here's an update. Remember I caught that fish in the first hour and I said if I could get one an hour I'd be happy? Well, I've been fishing 4 hours. I had 4 bites. I caught that one, I caught a short fish, and I missed 2 other ones. So if I would have executed on all 4, I would have had a fish an hour. I'm heading, if you remember on the map, the Kettle River is in the top left of where I started. I'm going to run across to the top right where the narrow river widens a little bit and then comes into here. I'm going to fish that area. I'm going to fish, you know, I got here late, so I don't know. I'll probably fish till at least 6. So that's what, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 more hours. Hopefully I can put something together. I was hoping there was going to be a lot of fish in there because I was going to try to make that almost a whole day because it goes way back. It's a few miles back there. Anyway, we're heading there now. Let's see if we can come up with something. So I'm struggling. I've got 4 bites all day. I got 1 keeper in the boat. It's 2:30. You can't see it, I'm sure, but there's another bridge right there. If you look on the map, that's the bridge that's all the way down to the south. That's the, I'll call it a cove. Actually, I can show you the map. It's right here. So, I have been, where have I been? It's upside down. There's Kettle River. I launched here. I went into I fished the Kettle River. Actually, I launched here. Came across, fished. I came over here. I fished. I'm getting confused. Yeah, I fished there, and then I ran all the way over here. This is where the narrow widens. I fished in here, didn't get anything. I came back over here. I fished along here, didn't get anything. Let me come over here. So here we are here, and let me back out. There's the rest of this body of water that I wanted to fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to idle along this bank and look for activity, and then I'm going to fish. When I get to here, I'm going to fish in the back of this, I don't know, call it a cove. Then I'm going to run over to that bridge, which is over there, and fish around there. If I don't get anything, well, number one, we're going to have 1 video for 2 days of fishing for sure. Number 2, what I might do is tomorrow I might launch somewhere else and try somewhere else, because I'm just not getting them here. So I'm gonna pull up, actually I'm gonna run to that point over there, start over there and work my way into this cove. I'm in the very back of this. I'm in the very back of that. This is not good water to fish. So I'm running over to that bridge, that other bridge. The channel swings real close to the bank as it goes under the bridge. I'm gonna fish that bridge and that drop off right there against the bank. I'm gonna throw the craw, I'm gonna throw the tube, maybe the jerk bait. That's it. I covered I covered all this water. I mean, not all of it, but the water that I wanted to cover. This up this creek, or up that river, over here, came down, fished this bank. I'm over here, I'm gonna fish that. I was planning on doing 2 days in here, all this water. I was actually hoping to have a day in that river and then a little bit over here and then save the rest. But it looks like it's 3:30. I'm gonna end up fishing this whole thing today. If I don't find a good population here shortly, I'm gonna abandon this area tomorrow. There's the bridge. I'm not going any further south than this bridge right here. I mean, that look at all that water. This is a big area here. You know, I'm throwing mostly this top water, just trying to get the most aggressive fish in the school. Obviously, I haven't hit a school, but I gotta see how deep it is out where those bridge pilings are. If it's not too deep, I'll throw the drop shot around those. Well, it's 4:30, and I'm not getting bit. Nothing's going on. I couldn't fish. I fished one side of that bridge. There was a boat on the other side of it. And so I've run out of water in here. I mean, I can fish this bank up to the Kettle River, I suppose. I think what I'm gonna do, because I gotta find something for tomorrow. I had my bites in the Kettle River. I had 4 bites in 4 hours. I haven't had a bite. Let me think about that for a minute. Nope, I haven't had a bite since none of this other water. I never got a bite. So I'm gonna go fish near the Kettle River. By the way, I'm back in Kettle River. That's the bridge, that's the mouth. And I'm gonna try to, there's an area around that corner. I didn't get to fish, there was a boat there. I want to hit that before I go home. It's 20 after 5. I'm kind of running out of time, but I'm not going home. I'm going to the hotel. If I don't come up with anything more in here, I'm going to fish a different part of the river, the lake, Roosevelt Lake. I'm going to launch in a different launch ramp and fish a different area. Well, it's 6 o'clock and I caught 1 keeper all day. 2 pounds, 5 ounce. I had, 4 bites. Got 2 in the boat, got a little one. So this trip's gonna be 1 video on 2 days. Even if I don't catch anything tomorrow, I'll post a video. I'm not gonna launch here. I'm gonna launch. I'm staying in a town called Kettle Falls. I'm gonna launch right there at the ramp and probably head south. And I don't really have any idea what I'm gonna do because what I did today didn't work. So we'll see. I'll figure something out tonight. But I gotta go get something to eat. Okay, this will be part one of the Lake Roosevelt video. I'll do part 2 tomorrow. Okay, it's Wednesday morning. I just wanted to show you on the map. That's where I launched. I fished, well, that river, Kettle River's up here. I fished all the way to this bridge. I only fished this side of the bridge. There was a boat right here, which is actually, you know, if you're going by the map, that's the best place because the channel swings over there. But I'm launching here today, and I'm going to run to that side of the bridge first. I'm going to run down to, I think it's right here, this point where it's kind of a steep bank. I'm going to run. I may fish around the island near the ramp, but the island near the other ramp, it wasn't really a place to fish. And then I'm going to fish in this Colville River. Let's see. Depending on where we're at that point, I really don't want to run too far down. Yeah, I'm not going to go any further than that. The only thing I can tell you about today, topwater, I had 4 bites. 4 bites all day, and I probably threw 80 to 90% of the time I was throwing the topwater. So I'm scrapping that. I'll throw it, like when I first get to a spot, I'll throw it in case there's an aggressive fish there. But I'm going to be going deeper. The craw, I'm going to throw the craw a lot. Now the negative about that is when you don't know there's fish in a place, the craw is not the thing to throw because it's a slow retrieve. It's not a search bait, but at this point, you know, I don't have anything, so I'm just going to go to the most likely places to hold fish and drag the craw. Topwater will be like 10% of the time today. The craw and then the tube. I'm going to get the tube down deep and fish it erratically. Those are probably the 3 baits I'm going to throw all day. And hopefully I can catch enough fish today to make a video out of both days. Otherwise this is going to be a bad video, but believe it or not, I'm still having fun. I just love being out here. So we're heading out. Okay, Wednesday morning. It's a little after 7. Today weather-wise is going to be very different. The wind's blowing already. It might rain, and I'm not complaining because it might turn them on. So there's a big fire. The guy said it's called Lake Williams. I guess it's not far from here. I don't smell it, but anyway, I'm going to tell you something crazy before we start. I pull up to the launch ramp. You know, sometimes you have to pay and sometimes you don't, depends on the ramp. The national parks, the ones that are run by the state, you have to pay. So I'm looking for where to pay, and I'm reading, and it says you pay online. So I go online real quick, I go to the website, and it's not working. So then there's one of those things, it's called a QR code. Okay, I know nothing about that stuff. Well, it's got one right there, and it says scan now for weekly boat launch, and the weekly fee is the same as the daily fee. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it, and I have no clue. So I'm standing there like Googling, you know, how to scan a QR code. Anyway, I spent 15 minutes over there trying to figure out how to do it. I ended up writing a note and putting it on my dash and telling whoever that, you know, I'm from out of town. I didn't know you had to do it online, and I don't know how to do the QR code. I gave my name and phone number. So hopefully I avoid a fine, but we'll see. I'm going to start over here at the bridge. I don't know if I mentioned, this is the bridge, and this is the side of the bridge that I didn't get to fish. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to run to spots on the map. I don't have a plan. I'm going to throw topwater early on each spot for 10 minutes to see if there's an aggressive fish. If not, I'm going to drag the craw, throw the tube. If I don't get anything, I'm just going to hop around, see if I come up with anything. It can't be much You know, I can't figure it out. You got the current flowing through here. This little pocket here, I barely move. Like I'm in some sort of an eddy here. I can't get bit though. I just can't get a bite. Been fishing for half an hour and dragging the craw. I tried the it's too windy for the top water, even if I wanted to. And then I tried the sinking minnow a little bit. Dragged the craw through the tube. You know, there's a saying, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip. You know, if they're not here, you're not going to get bit. But I'm surprised that there's not fish here. It just seems like the perfect spot for them. And those it's way too deep to fish those, the bridge pilings. So, you know, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just keep trying, or maybe I should cover a lot of water today and try to run into something. Okay, here's an update. It's 9:45. I actually fished, and I'll show you on this map, this entire bank from the bridge. I didn't fish the whole bank. What I did was if I saw something that looked good, I stopped and fished it. I wish I had those kind where you go like where you swipe. I got so used to okay, so now I just ran across the lake. I fished this little island a little bit, and now I just ran in here. Where I am is I'm in the mouth of shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's a river, Colville River maybe. So I'm out here at the mouth. And since the craw's not working and the tube's not working, and I enjoy throwing topwater, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get right up against this bank and I'm gonna work my way into the back of this river, throwing topwater right along the bank. You know, I have a feeling if the fishing in here was good, I wouldn't be the only one in here. I don't know what it is. You know they're here. You know there's bass in this dang place. It's just I can't find any bait. I can't find any food for them. You know, I'm fishing an area that there's no sign of life. So, you know, a bass isn't going to be sitting in a place where there's nothing to eat. He's going to starve to death. So that's my biggest challenge, is I just can't find any place. You know, I idle around the 20-foot drop zone looking for just signs of life, anything. And there's just very little here. But you know, this place is full of smallmouth. The Columbia River is, you know, it's known for it. It's loaded with them. So I'm either in the wrong place. I think I'm in the wrong areas, because otherwise there'd be other boats here, I would think, even though it is during the week. But it's just odd. I mean, I'm the only one. Yesterday I saw some bass boats. They weren't around me, but they were out here. Today, so far, I mean, I've seen a couple of boats out there on the main channel, but there's not much here. See, now we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna fish this, because that looks like some weeds, maybe some stuff mixed in. Let me try this right here. There's another boat. I'm all the way, I came all the way to the back of this river, and somebody's coming out of there. So I'm heading back to, oh, there's a bridge. I didn't even know that bridge was there. I'm gonna go ahead and go under there. I finally saw another boat. So I'm going largemouth fishing back here. This is where that river flows in. I'm trying to find the actual river. I think it comes around over there and comes through here. So it was like 20 feet in the middle. Hopefully there's food in here. If there's food in here, we might find some largemouth. See all these bugs? There's a bunch of them, and I've seen 3 swirls, not big swirls, so I've got a feeling whatever's in here is not big, but they're eating these bugs. I just saw a swirl right in there. Actually, there's another one. If you look past my bait, you probably can't see. So there's something in here, and it's eating these bugs, but I don't know if it's bass, and I doubt they're big. I don't think big bass would be feeding on bugs. And the swirls, you know, they're not big swirls, but I'd sure like to catch one and see what it is. I came around here, I thought this was the river, but it ends here, so the river must be over there somewhere. So I'm gonna work my way out of here. I haven't got anything in here yet. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna try to find the river and fish in there. There's the river. I was over there. I'm throwing the top water in here. It's got a little bit of depth. It's got this cover on the bank here. And I gotta believe there's food in here too. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not catching any, but man, I'll tell you, it only takes one to get the blood going. Be nice. All the rock. This is smallmouth in here. And the current, right here at the curve, the wind is blowing and there's current flow. Look at all those rocks. Boy, you'd think there'd be smallies in here, you know, just kind of eating whatever's drifting. We'll see. It's real shallow, 2 feet. Look at that. It's like rapids. It gets real shallow here. I can't go much further, but boy, you know, I would think they'd be here. You know, like especially, I'm going to get right up to where the rapids are. Because, you know, they could sit here, there's very little current flow, and just kind of pick off anything that's coming down the river. I don't know, man. I'm down to a foot, so I can't go much further. Okay, so I came back out onto that bridge. I fished up that river to those rapids, and then worked my way back out. Didn't get a single bite. Nothing in there. So I guess there's no bait in there. So now I'm just kind of working down into this cove here, and then I'm gonna run back out further out of here and fish that other bank. I think I'm gonna look for the deepest water near the bank and fish that. I've kind of run out of things to try, so, and it's only a little after 11. I'm not sure what to do. I was looking at the map. I can load the boat and drive about an hour and 20 minutes to where the Spokane River flows into the Columbia. I don't know that it's going to be any better, but you got 2 rivers kind of coming together. I'm seriously thinking of doing that. I'll lose about an hour and 20 minutes with the drive, but seriously, I don't know what else to try. I could run back to Kettle River and where I had my 4 bites. At least I know there's some fish in there. I haven't figured it out. I'll figure out when I get out of here. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. I'm back at the bridge. I did this side. And this is one of those deals where it ain't happening. So I'm gonna do something crazy. I mean, you know, it's my 2-day adventure up here. So I'm gonna trailer the boat, and I'm gonna drive an hour and a half to where the Spokane River comes in. That'll get me, by the time I get back, trailer the boat, get there, and get out there, it'll be 3 o'clock. I'll give it 1 good hour till 4. And if I don't get anything, that's it, I'm heading home. If I'm catching them, I'll stay. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll see you when I get to the Spokane River. Okay, it's 2:45, and I'm actually sitting in the Spokane River. Hang on a minute. There's a bridge right over here. I'm gonna go through that bridge, and then the Columbia River's over here. I'm gonna fish that. I'm gonna fish the bridge. I'm gonna go to where the rivers meet. I'll give it till 4 o'clock. It's 2:45. If I don't have anything by 4, I'm gonna call it a trip. If I'm catching them, I'll try to get a limit. This is what we call a Hail Mary. You know, in football, when you get down to the last play and you throw it in the end zone and pray. Well, this is our Hail Mary. We're gonna try to get them around this bridge, and then I think I'm gonna see if I can sneak into that marina and fish. It'll probably throw me out, but I'll give it a shot. Got a fish. Look at that. I got a fish. I'll be damned. Oh, I just got to get him in the boat. Look at that. I didn't get skunked. You know, that gives me encouragement. I've only been here 10 minutes, and I got one, which means we may be going for a limit today. That was pretty quick, so I'm gonna set the big camera up. He's a keeper. Oh, I gotta weigh him. I don't even have my stuff on. Oh man, I wasn't ready for this. All right, let's see what we got. Pound and 3 ounces. No, pound and 5 ounces. 1 pound, 5 ounces. Okay, you know what? I just got rejuvenated. There's my scorecard from yesterday. I'll just draw a line. 1-5. And take him out. Take that out. And let's start fishing. Set the big camera up. Like I said, that was 10 minutes around that piling. He ain't alone. You know he's not alone. So let's get to work. Another one. What is that? Oh my God, what is that following him? Holy mackerel. There's a big fish following this guy. I don't know what this is. What is that? That is a walleye. An ugly, skinny walleye. Boy, I tell you, there was a big boy following him. Okay, so what I know now. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, buddy. Get. Hang on. There's fish around these pilings, so man, I tell you, that was a good one. I bet that was a big walleye following him. Yeah, maybe I'll catch some walleye. Another one. There's a lot of fish here. Ah, they're walleye. Darn it. Wish I was a walleye guy. I can see it on the graph. I see bait. I've been looking for this for 2 days. Fish and bait. Unfortunately, yeah, there's got to be smallies in there with them. These are some little walleye, I'll tell you that. Let's get the pliers so I don't get my fingers bit. Oh, no. Come here. Hang on, pal. I just want my hook. Give me back my... Oh. Johnny. It's a lot easier with bass. I can stick my hand in their mouth. Okay, well, that's not what we're after, but there's usually bass mixed in. Look on, I don't know if you can see the graph. I've been looking for that for 2 days. I've been looking for that. This is a better one. It's probably not a bad. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. What is that? Jeez, look at them all down there. Holy, oh, I snagged them. It's a walleye. there's a million of them down there. Man, if I was making a walleye video. Well, there's another walleye. I'm changing everything up. I'm changing my, like this is a drop shot, but instead of perch color, oh no, he's got it where his teeth are. Come here. Any of you guys out there, if you're into walleye, you'll enjoy the end of this video. But unfortunately, they're not bass. But you know what? I've been going so long without catching fish that I decided I just want to catch fish. And so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go running around looking. I'm just gonna mess around with these guys. Look at that. Can you see that? It's bait and walleye all mixed together. I think they're on to me though, because I mean, I'm down there right in the middle of them. I should be getting bit. I don't even know what walleye baits, what you're supposed to use. I think jigs. I think they use jigs. This is 55 feet of water here. I don't know what it is. I don't know how big it is, but 55 feet. If it's a bass, I'm going to probably have to degas him. Oh, it's another walleye. They don't have swim bladders, I don't think. Yeah, they do. Look at that. Oh my God. He's got a swim bladder. I don't know how to do him. Sorry, buddy. I hope you make it back down. Let's see. Yeah, he made it. I'm almost ready to go home. It's 4:15. I'm gonna go till 4:30, and then it's time. I mean, if I was a walleye guy, I'd stay another hour because I could probably catch a bunch more. There's a lot of walleye around this bridge, but I didn't come here to catch walleye. So give it another 15 minutes. That was about 55 feet of water on the bottom. Crazy. Maybe that's my mistake. I should have been deeper. Okay, that's it for this one. In 2 days, I physically touched 3 smallmouth. And the crazy thing is, if someone said to me, what would you rather have been doing the last 2 days? My answer would have been nothing. Even though I don't catch them, I still, it's like the thrill of the chase. And sometimes it seems like the harder it is, the more rewarding it is when you finally find them. Now, I haven't found them in a while. I don't know, August, late July, if they're in the middle of the channel with the bait. I don't know, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to another one next week. I'm going to do them. I'm not taking any breaks. So, but what I am going to do is I'm making notes in my head, and once we get into early fall, where the weather starts to cool and things change, I'm going to go back to some of these lakes where I did really bad and see if I can change my luck. But that's it. I'll probably put this all in one video, the walleye, the 3 bass, actually 2 bass that were keepers. That should be fairly entertaining. If you're a walleye guy, you'll enjoy the end here. They got wise to me or something, because they stopped biting over at that bridge piling. They were still there, but they stopped biting. And I saw some big ones when I brought those little guys up. The big guys were with them, so they're probably too smart. Okay, well, oh, by the way, today I had a grand total of 1 pound 5 ounces, 1 fish. 2-day total was 3 pounds 10 ounces. What are you gonna do? I'll see you at the next one.